Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed colleagues and curious minds alike. Tonight I wish to draw your attention to a rather provocative line of inquiry, one that challenges some of our most entrenched assumptions about the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Compton's work proposes, without asserting proof, that it is presented under UNESCO ethics. No sensational claims, no declarations of discovery, and no dramatized evidence nor a claim of proof. It is structured as an academic inquiry we should consider.
I wish to present here new findings in Egypt. Mr. Compton's hypothesis. Re-evaluating the Great Pyramid internal architecture, dear colleagues, I felt compelled to elaborate on the potential ramifications of Mr. Compton's interpretation of Khufu's pyramid's interior architecture. As we stand before the Great Pyramid, it is tempting to see merely a mountain of stone. Yet every limestone block, every meticulous passage, every subtle air shaft was chosen and placed with purpose. These were not merely tombs, they were statements of cosmic order.
And what I find endlessly fascinating is that, after over 4 millennia, these stones still whisper to us if we only know how to listen. It may reveal coordinates within its stones.
They called it a tomb, a monument to ego. But they refused to call it what it truly might be, a cartographic analog, a way to the Land of Punt.
Here I present Mr. Compton's cartographic analog of the internal architecture of Khufu's Great Pyramid of Giza. The model suggests a symbolic mapping between the pyramid's chambers and the geography of the Red Sea and the surrounding lands.
To Mr. Compton's hypothesis that Khufu's pyramid's interior reveals a sea map to the ancient land of Punt, the geographical Horn of Africa.
The interior of Khufu's pyramid is not proof of a map to Punt, but it is architecture that behaves as if it remembers one.
And yet, the many mainstream Egyptologists seem to believe the ancient builders of the Great Pyramid were not capable of encoding such a cartographic analogy of Punt. Yet boats are buried around the Great Pyramid in squadron formation heading south.
The series of boat pits containing full-scale vessels, commonly interpreted as solar boats associated with the funerary afterlife of King Khufu. These boats raises broader questions regarding maritime symbolism.
Monumental architecture in ancient Egypt frequently encodes symbolic relationships that extend beyond function and scale. The Great Pyramid Complex boat pits presents a compelling case for examining how maritime symbolism may intersect with architectural space.
Boats represent the idea of journey itself, linking ritual space, cosmology, and remembered geographies.
The Great Pyramid is surrounded by multiple full-scale boats, not symbolic miniatures. They required extraordinary labor and planning. The question Compton is asking is whether the boats were conceptually central rather than peripheral to the complex.
Khufu's boats were sealed carefully in pits and constructed to be seaworthy. Their scale alone suggests they held symbolic meaning comparable to other monumental elements of the Giza complex.
Rather than studying the boats in isolation, Compton's approach treats the pyramid and boat pits as a single system emphasizing movement, transition, and journey. The pyramid is understood as a symbolic starting point, not a destination.
The boats function as symbolic mediators, linking land and water, life and afterlife, the known and the distant. These boats are buried on the southern and eastern side of the Great Pyramid. They are seemingly heading in a known direction.
The boats represent the idea of journey itself, linking ritual space, cosmology, and remembered geographies such as Punt. The boats of Khufu are not peripheral curiosities, but central elements of one of the most carefully planned ritual landscapes in the ancient world.
The Great Pyramid and its boats emerges not only as a tomb, but as a carefully designed ritual space, shaped by ideas encoding long-distance expeditions, journeys to the afterlife, and a way to the Land of Punt.
The horizontal passage is reminiscent of the northern Somali coast, extending to the point of the well shaft descent, indicates the East African Indian Ocean coastline of the Somali Peninsula. This is not coincidence, it is evidence of cartographic intelligence embedded in ancient architecture.
While Compton's hypothesis presents a radical departure from established dogma, its potential to illuminate critical aspects of ancient Egyptian history and science warrants a thorough and impartial academic investigation.